Any questions so far, guys? You're all quiet. I'm hoping that's because you're all bored because he's getting all this. Right, okay, we go with it. We go with that. Okay, number 3 was the last one I gave you. Right, okay, so number 3, again they've given you the graph. Okay, so it says drawn below is a graph of the function, so it's somewhere between -2 and 4. Right, okay, answer the questions. Use the graph to answer the question. The roots of the equation f of x is 0. That's special question number 1. That means where does it cross the x-axis? So it crosses at -1 and it crosses, so it crosses there and there at -1 and 3. Okay? They always ask that question, guys, so just learn it off. Okay, expect it. The values of x for which f of x equals 3. So f of x equals 3 is f of x is another way of saying y. So they're telling me y equals 3. So if they tell you y, they're looking for x. So you go to the y-axis, you go to 3 on the y-axis, right? You draw a line across, and it hits it in 2 spots. It hits it here, and it hits it here, right? Draw a line down, right? Okay, there's one answer, and there's the other answer is, so you read off the x values. So this is x is 0 and x is 2. So 0 and 2 are your answers. Okay, so they've told me y, so I give them x, right? The value of f of 2.5. Now we haven't seen one like this before yet in any of these questions. So we normally have f of x. So when the 2.5, when the number is inside the bracket, that means it's x. So they're telling me x is equal to 2.5. So if they tell me x, they're asking me for y. So I go to 2.5 on the x-axis. So 2.5 on the x-axis is here. You draw a line up or down till you hit the graph. So in this case, it's up. So you draw a line up to hit the graph. When you hit the graph, you draw a line across at the point, right? Okay, it's not going to be a whole number. Okay, right, that line is crooked. Okay, but I'll still read off what I got. So it's somewhere between 1 and 2. It's past halfway. I'll say 1.7. Right? And that's y equals, because they told me x, so I'm asking for y. They've asked me for the minimum value of f of x. Right? So when they ask me for the minimum point, I give the coordinates of the point. When they ask me for the maximum value, right? So when they ask me for the maximum point, I give the point, but when they ask me for the maximum value, I just get the highest y. So what's the y value? The highest y value that it goes up to. So it goes up as far as 4, so that's the highest, so that's it. And the next question is, find the point. So the point is, that point there, the maximum point, so it's across 1 and up 4. So the value, you just give the y, the point you give xy, right? And I told you to leave out the last one because we haven't done the axis of symmetry of the curve, right? Okay, so that's the end of last night's homework. Any questions for me? I'll take that then. You okay? Right, yeah. I'm not doing anything new today because the next thing is cubic functions. We'll tear into them on Monday. So you can have the weekend off homework, okay? So, right, I'll Zoom again on Monday and I'll talk to you Monday. So you can head off now and you've no homework. Okay?
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Bye now. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.